Chris Story, Audio 08, my first 2.5 years in Sweden. After my year in West Africa, my girlfriend Jane Davies met me at the UK airport. Jane was a practising Christian. I counselled with Pastor Marter and decided that I could find no better partner to accompany me on my career in ministry. It was decided Jane and I would marry the next fall. I would canvass once again, this time in Sweden. I had a problem. I admired Jane, but didn't love her from my heart. That would lead to bad decisions soon. I arrived in Sweden with fellow student Robert Lindsay. I stayed with an Adventist family. Robert went north. I soon realized that this was not Iceland. The people seemed self-satisfied and in no need of Christian literature. After struggling to make sales, Robert phoned me. "Come up north," he said. Without asking permission, I did just that. While driving at night, I drove halfway into a ditch, smashed the windscreen, and then continued using swimming goggles to protect my eyes from the cold night air. On commencing my door-to-door sales, I soon found that here the people were more open, more ready to purchase my books. I had made friends with a divorcee down south. I invited her to join Robert and I up north, asking no permission. This was a recipe for disaster, which was coming not long after. Summer soon ended, and my relationship with this new woman turned serious. While arriving back in England, I broke off the wedding with Jane. In hindsight, it was better then than falling for a pretty face later, though I cannot grasp what grief this brought to Jane. I finished my Bachelor of Arts studies and left for Sweden, with a new wedding in sight. Didn't I pray for God's guidance? It seems I was too self-confident. My new wife's old church didn't approve of Adventist beliefs, and although she was welcomed into Adventist fellowship, she chose not to be rebaptized. I thought, given time, all would be resolved. It never was. She had 2 sons from her previous marriage and gave birth to a girl and a boy by me. My children have turned out well, but neither are confessing Christians. It is painful to write, but it is a part of my life history. I will share a few highlights from my first 2.5 years in Sweden. I first lived in a bungalow rented from a chicken farmer. Neighbours' houses were few and far between. My landlord was a Baptist. Nearby were a friendly Pentecostal couple. In the vicinity was a vegetable farmer who adhered to Rudolf Steiner's biodynamic agriculture. I, being a Seventh-day Adventist, only added to the kaleidoscope of life orientation that flourished there. To enable better integration, the government paid a basic wage to immigrants who were willing to study the Swedish language. When my studies came to an end after 6 months, an Adventist farmer took me on as a farm hand. His wife served generous meals, which were needed as the work was hard. Later, a fellow student from Newbold, Audrey Boyle, married their son Lars. I met Jonathan, an American, who married one of their 2 daughters. Jonathan was a keen Bible student, and we fellowshipped often at Tore and Siri's house, who later became missionaries with ADRA, Adventist Development and Relief Agency. After a time, I left the farm to begin working in a large hospital in Örebro as a patient guide, taking patients to and from differing units of treatment. It was then that my use and development of Swedish began. The patient guides gathered in a cellar room waiting for work. On the 8th of December 1980, the radio announced that Beatle John Lennon had been shot. We received the message with sorrow, but still had to earn a living. More to come.